Doc, tell me, what are some of the benefits of operating a bed and breakfast? Tell me about that.
I think probably one of the benefits that I didn't know a lot about, but I figured out pretty quickly, was the tax advantages that I have of working where you live and living where you work. And I do have quite a bit. We actually charge a substantial portion of the cost of this facility against the business. And so, of course, and that, of course, comes directly to my own income tax because I do have an LLC.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably one of the biggest advantages, are all the tax advantages. The second advantage is the number of people, different kinds of people that I've met and activities that I've been able to participate in the community because of those people, and then meeting folks that have helped to teach me lots of things that I didn't know about. And I think that's probably one of the biggest things that people need to think about when in buying a place like a lifestyle bed and breakfast, which this is a lifestyle bed and breakfast, is you really have to like people. And if you like people, this is a great place to.
What's a typical day for you being an innkeeper? What happens from when you get up to when you go to bed?
Well, like I did in the rap that I did, you have to get up and make breakfast. And so I'm very used to getting up anyway, and I prefer the morning. So I get up in the morning very quietly, and I make coffee and hot water, and I always ask guests prior, when they arrive, or prior to arrival, if they need coffee, tea, decaf, or hot chocolate, or what they like in the morning. I make sure that comes out here by 7 o'clock. So that means I'm out in the kitchen by 6:30 in the morning, making breakfast. I begin the breakfast process, put out hot coffee, tea, and all those sort of things. And then I get the whole breakfast together so that I serve it at 9 o'clock in the morning. Always at 9 o'clock. It's always, get folks, it's kind of like camp. And that, everybody shows up, and they show up. Everybody comes at 9 o'clock because it gives them enough time to, if they want to just sit around, they have coffee in the morning, etc. Sometimes I'll come out in the morning and when things are cooking and I've got a little bit of time, I'll walk out here and visit with folks, and they like that. They're always thrilled because they always want to know, like, where have you been, or what are you doing, and you get to learn more about folks, and you take I take a big interest in that. So. Breakfast at 9 o'clock, and then it depends on the group, and most of the time, if for instance the group is not talking a lot, and it's a very quiet group, and I got a lot of folks here, then I'm the catalyst that tries to get the group talking and visiting and sharing and etc. So and they may go on till 10 o'clock or 10:30 or 11, and of course 11 is checkout. So a lot of people, what I will do is typically when it gets getting close to time, they know, because I start to pick up some stuff off the table or whatever, and so that people get ready to leave. So by 11 o'clock, those who are leaving are leaving at 11 o'clock in the morning. Those who are staying, by that time we have had their room already refreshed, because when they come for breakfast, that's the time to have one of the folks who works with me to go refresh the rooms. And so she will go and refresh the rooms and get all the new towels and empty the garbage and those kind of things. Then they go back to their room. So those that are staying, and that's it for me.
Yeah.
For the rest of the day, except if I have new people coming in, I try to find out when they're going to be here, and I'll try to be here for when they're here. But I have time then during the middle of the day to do the things that I want to do. So it's not like 24/7. Once everybody arrives, I'm done. That's it. And once everybody's here, they're out doing their own thing. They're going out to some of our fine restaurants, or going on tours during the daytime, whatever they want to do. So I really have a lot of free time.
Yeah.
And I'm a morning person, so for me it's not a problem getting up.
Tell me what you're hearing from your guests about the Buffalo Tavern. I mean, people get back with you and they say, "Doc, I love it," or "Doc, you need to do this or do that." What are you hearing?
I think the thing that I hear the most from people is that they so much enjoy being here because they feel very much at home. I always say that there are no pretenses with what I'm saying to people or how I'm acting. I am who I am. And I think that's the mark of a really good innkeeper, is you just welcome people, and that's what they're looking for. Half the people who come here have never been to a bed and breakfast. They really don't know what to expect. It takes them about 3 minutes to figure out when they're here that's going to be okay. Because it's like, well, I welcome them into this home, into my home. And when they leave, and they're all finished, when they're finished here, for be it a night or 2 or 3 nights, or some people for a week, they felt like they've been at home. They have new friends. They're very positive. They love the breakfast, and I'm not an elaborate breakfast maker. They ask me that question. I say, well, I have children, and they like to eat, and so and I can read recipes. And so if I put the two together, that my kids like to eat, and I can read recipes, then that it works well. And I think if people just take a look at the reviews that I have, and it's not because I'm trying to make somebody do a review on me at all. They're doing it on their own. Or look at the book that I have where people write little notes to me, and they'll find it's a great breakfast, wonderful hospitality, and hospitality to them is making them feel at home. It's hospitality to them is all those repeat people who come back to me because I open up the door and greet them, and I have to give them the key and remind them of the code to the front door, and remind them about 9 o'clock breakfast. And sometimes I don't remember if they're allergic to something like gluten or something, so they like coming back here. And so what my mission statement is: you arrive as a guest and you leave as a friend, and everything I do is directed towards that. And what I get in return is people telling me that I've met my goal, that I've met what my mission statement was.
Excellent. What's the Buffalo Tavern meant to you? I mean, personally, what are you getting out of all this? I mean, I know there's financial, which is, why you're in business, part of why you're in business, but what's the personal benefit?
For many years, I was in a bureaucracy. I worked in the school system, and I was a teacher, and I didn't have a lot of business experience, which is another kind of thing interesting, because I didn't have a lot of business experience to come and do a business. I had very little time ever at a bed and breakfast. I think it was 3 bed and breakfasts for 4 nights in my entire life. And all of a sudden, one day I'm an innkeeper. And the people my first guests who were here, by the way, never knew that they were my first guests. I told them the second day that they were my first guests, and they were pretty surprised. They didn't have any idea. So I still remember them, and I remember some of the things that they taught me about how to cook and that kind of stuff, because I didn't know. Yeah. I've learned all of that now. But I guess a feeling of satisfaction in realizing that I have helped a lot of people fulfill whatever it is why they came here. Mm-hmm. Because some people come here with kids with children, not with children, but they come because they have children, and because although they love their children, they just need a little break. Some people come because they just need a couple days away. Some people come because they're looking at property and they want a comfortable place to be, and they'll ask me a lot of questions. Other people just need a weekend away, or they need a day away. I have business folks who come here to do business in the community, and I always have special kinds of rates for them, because they're business people. Their requirements are a lot different too. They may want to have breakfast at 7, and I can manage that. I can work that out. They're very accommodating. I try to be as accommodating as I can. So I'm kind of surprised at how much I enjoy people as much as I do, and how much they seem to like being around me. Yeah. And how many funny things have happened, and how many funny stories I've been able to have with them, and how many conversations we've had at the breakfast table, which has been absolutely fantastic. I mean, years and years of meeting some great people and learning many, many things that I didn't know about because I just listened, and then watching people laugh at some of the stories that I have to tell. It's been fun.
It's going to take a special person to come in and fill your shoes. Who do you see filling your shoes?
I know that there's somebody or some couple out there who will be able to do this. Okay. If they want to continue the kind of reputation that I've tried to develop over time, I don't think that I knew all of that in the beginning, but now I do. If they want to continue that, they're going to have to be somebody who, number one, likes people and enjoys being around folks. And I got to tell you, 99% and plus of the folks who have been here have been wonderful. And so sometimes people wonder, like, oh, do you have people who are, every once in a while you get somebody. I always say that I can tell in 5 minutes what I have to, what people are looking for. So that's what the new innkeepers have to do. They have to be able to tell pretty quickly if somebody's looking like to be quiet. They just want to be by themselves. Mm-hmm. Some people you get who come here and they like the social. They're very social. We get on the front porch during May through October. We'll sit on the front porch and talk. Some people want to do that, and then you'll find some people who enjoy just hanging out all the time and staying here. Some people don't even leave. They just want to stay here. They want to read, and we have to ask them, do you want us to help you? refresh your room? A lot of times they'll say, no, we're fine. We don't need any of that. We just want to hang out here. And so you kind of have to be sort of fast at trying to figure out what people really want. And I ask them a lot of questions to be sure they're comfortable. And so I'm surprisingly, a lot of people will say, we've never been asked that. For instance, do you have any food issues? So people always say, well, we've never been asked that at a bed and breakfast. And here, yeah, it makes sense to me because I want to try to accommodate them. I feel like I'm serving them, but I feel in a lot of ways they're serving me just by being here and by being supportive of me and giving me information. And I think it's a great two-way street. So that how they relate to me and how I relate to them makes all the difference in making this a viable business. So I think somebody who comes here has got to realize that, yeah, it's going to take a little work, okay? And it's going to take some marketing effort, which I do, and it's going to take some computer stuff that you have to do. But it's also going to give you a vast amount of benefits. Vast benefits, tax benefits, new friends benefits. I can always take time away. I just close. That's it. I just close it up. I don't have to stay here if I decide I want to have, like last Christmas, for instance, I closed for a week because I had my whole family coming. And we just had a great big mess here. It was great. It was wonderful. And kids got to pick their own rooms and all that sort of stuff. Because